In this question, you will be assessed on using good English, organizing information clearly, and using specialist terms where appropriate. Scientists have studied the life cycle of stars, such as the Sun, for centuries. Describe the current explanation for how the Sun started its life. In your answer, include the energy transfers that are believed to have taken place, for 6 marks. To get full marks, the answer must use good English and use scientific terminology throughout. 0 marks are given to answers with no relevant content. 1 to 2 marks are given if 1 or 2 points are made about how the Sun formed or how energy transfers took place. 3 to 4 marks are given if 3 or 4 points are made about how the Sun formed or how energy transfers took place, and 5 to 6 marks if 5 to 6 points are made that address both how the Sun formed and the energy transfers that took place. Examples of some points that could have been made include how, at the start of the formation of the Sun 4.6 billion years ago, a nebula, which is a large cloud of dust and gas, was drawn inwards onto itself and collapsed under its own gravity. The collapsing of the nebula resulted in the transferal of gravitational potential energy to kinetic energy. The collapse of the nebula also meant that it became much more dense and began spinning quickly. The colliding of the nebula's particles caused kinetic energy to be transferred as thermal and internal energy. The core of the nebula began to form a hot, dense protostar. When the core was dense enough and at a high enough temperature, nuclear fusion reactions started to take place, and these reactions are when hydrogen nuclei joins with helium nuclei, and through this, energy is transferred by radiation. And finally, the answer could mention how stars like the Sun are described to be at equilibrium, which means that the inwards force that gravity causes and the outwards expansive force that the pressure of radiation causes from all the nuclear reactions that are taking place are balanced.